So recently I worked on bringing the Guitar Hero game to the iPhone. And in order to deliver on that, we found that we had this really cool piece of technology. We had this phone with a multi-touch screen, and we had a style of gameplay from the Guitar Hero franchise that people were really passionate about. We knew there were a lot of fans out there. But it's very different when you're holding a phone in your hand than when you're holding a guitar in your hand. So the big design challenge for me and for the rest of the team was to look at those two disparate elements, taking a phone and taking a guitar and figuring out how to put them together. And so the design challenge there was really to build prototypes, get them in people's hands, and figure out what's the best way that we can represent music and represent this feeling of playing the guitar and bring that to a touchscreen phone platform. And so trying to find solutions to that was a fascinating exercise, and just building prototypes, having people play them, and then seeing how people play them isn't any way like what you expected. Some of my favorite projects have involved working with writing script content and developing storylines for games, and so there's been some funny stories about just talking with some of the actors in the voice recording studio is always amusing. It's also been cool to develop for new technology platforms. I mentioned building for the iPhone, which was fun. I also had the opportunity to work on the Wii even before it was available, and even before we got controllers. So we had seen what the Wii remote looked like, but we hadn't actually really held one yet. So we just sort of looked at the picture and we said, okay, how's this going to work? And we took a stapler and we tried to tape some buttons to it, and then started waving that around in the air to be like, okay, I could sort of see controlling Spider-Man while waving this thing around in the air. But that was sort of the prototyping and brainstorming process. And so, from a stapler with buttons taped to it, we were actually starting to think through the activities and interface that players would use to control the game.